407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that the nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But, in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Abraham Lincoln, November 19th, 1863.
Wisconsin. Y'all drove up there?
Yeah.
I thought y'all just... Oh, okay.
Wisconsin. The Caps road trip rolls on. We started in Chicago, Illinois, on the trail of recent Mothman sightings, and then headed back to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, in search of more clues. Now we head north to Pennsylvania and one of the most haunted locations in the United States, Gettysburg. Although the historic Civil War battle was only 3 days long, it saw more than 46,000 to 51,000 from both sides perish. It was one of the most costly battles in all of U.S. history. In addition to being the deadliest battle of the war, Gettysburg also had the highest number of generals killed in action. And this massive confrontation wasn't even the end to the war. It waged on for 3 more years until the official end on August 20th, 1866, when President Andrew Jackson issued a proclamation that declared that the said insurrection is at an end, and that peace, order, tranquility, and civil authority now exist in and throughout the whole of the United States of America. In the end, the war resulted in at least 1,030,000 casualties, 3% of the population. Gettysburg is a huge place to cover, so we enlisted the help of a local tour group, After Dark Investigations, who sent us Clinton, who was absolutely amazing.
The first location we're going to go to is a place called Sachs Covered Bridge. Okay, Sachs Covered Bridge is out here on the southern edge of the battlefield, and I'll give you a little bit more of the history when we get out there, but it and the surrounding area was used as a field hospital both during and after the Battle of Gettysburg. Okay. Then we're going to go to another bridge that's actually connected to Sachs Covered Bridge. There's a strip of land there that both the bridges were connected to, and there was a road that connected the two. But that road has been closed off, like it's pedestrian traffic only, except for a little small section. But this other bridge is called the Eisenhower Bridge because it's right next to the Eisenhower farm, Ike and Mamie's farm, okay, which is now also a national park. Now it crosses Willoughby Run, which has historical significance to the Battle of Gettysburg. But this bridge locally has a different name. It's got a nickname. It's called Suicide Bridge. Okay, and it is the home of some pretty crazy urban legends. Which again, when we get out there, I'll give you some more of the details about the place. Then last location, we'll come back here into town, and we will go behind our high school, our school system complex, which is actually built right on battlefield. And there's a little strip of land right behind our high school, which is, it's still school property, but it's right up against National Park, but it's not National Park. So it's public property right on battlefield, right against the National Park. And it's this little strip of land is called the Grove, and it's the site of a battle that took place on the night of July the 2nd, a Confederate infantry assault on Culp's Hill and Cemetery Hill. A horrific battle took place there, and we believe it's the site of one, possibly more Confederate mass graves. Yeah. So that's where we're headed tonight. Sachs Covered Bridge is one of the most historic covered bridges in the state. It was built in 1852. You can see it's, a lot of the covered bridges around here built in that time period. They're like the little single lane, covered bridges. This baby is enormous. It's very wide. You can actually take 2 wagons, cross traffic. It's pretty awesome. So that makes it really strategically important to the Battle of Gettysburg, right? I mean, you can move a lot of men and a lot of equipment across that bridge. So both armies are using this bridge on the first day of the battle. Then, by probably like late afternoon on the first day, this area, this part of Gettysburg is a Confederate-controlled position. So we're actually behind Confederate lines here by the end of the first day, and it remains that way on days 2 and days 3 until the Confederate Army retreats. Okay, so it's used as a field hospital. The actual bridge and the surrounding areas were used as field hospitals. There's, at the end of 3 days of fighting, you've got 10,000 dead bodies laying on the ground, 5,000 dead horses, right? Then you've got 10,000, roughly 11,000 missing. Okay, and missing, there's probably several hundred guys that desert, that just run, they run away, 4 or 5,000 or 400 or 500 guys maybe. Let's, we'll just throw numbers around. Then you've got the guys that are captured or are taken prisoner, right? They don't really actually take a whole lot of prisoners in the Civil War because they don't have the resources, especially the South doesn't, because their supply lines are tenuous at best. You know, they're like, what, 90 miles away from the nearest Confederate controlled territory. So they don't take a lot of prisoners. So let's be generous and say that 2,000 guys are taken prisoner and 1,000 guys desert. It's 3,000 out of 11. Where are those other, 8,000 guys? They're basically obliterated by artillery, anti-personnel. There's not enough left of them to identify as a human being. They've literally become just a part of the ground here. Okay, and then you've got the big number. 30,000 wounded. All right, 30,000 wounded. Man, that's a lot of people. I mean, to get your brain around it, like you think of like a Major League Baseball stadium that's just about 3/4 of the way full. That'll get you close to 30,000. They're bleeding, they're dying, they need immediate medical attention. They estimate about half of those guys are going to need an amputation here in Gettysburg. So you're talking like 14,000, 15,000 guys. If they are lucky enough to survive the Battle of Gettysburg, they will literally leave a piece of themselves here in this town, if they survive. It takes a year to bury all the dead. In the meanwhile, all those bodies in these hospitals are decomposing into the ground out here. All those human remains from the amputations are buried in the ground out here along the banks of the Marsh Creek. And they said literally there was so much blood running from these hospitals that the creeks and the streams and the streets of Gettysburg were running red with the blood of the dead and the dying, soaking into the ground. Now they tried to rebury as many of those guys as they could, but we know that they didn't get them all. There's still bodies out here. There's still human remains out here. This is Eisenhower Bridge. These things actually are really cool.
Ghost balls?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You guys have some of these too?
I got some too, but you can put yours out.
Man, these things rock. I had, because I always used to do like the mag light trick.
Yeah.
Like these things work way better than the mag light. I had a group here on today. This is Monday, right? So Friday night, I actually had a woman on my group here had almost like a 5-minute two-way conversation with using these as a yes. Like if you ask yes/no questions and they light this up for yes, 5 minutes. Back
What
and
was
forth.
that?
It's crazy pants.
I have no idea.
Where's the person that was in?
Over there, yeah.
down
But
there?
that was a woman's voice.
I know.
You heard a voice?
Sounded like his phone. Or
I turned my phone off and it's back on, so that's fun. But yeah, I don't know. It sounded like
It was like a woman's voice from like right here.
yeah.
I don't know what she
I missed
said.
it.
I thought it was his phone
Is
talking.
that you,
but-
Ida? Are you hanging
Doesn't
out with
really
us
talk.
tonight?
I don't know what she said. Well, that would make sense, like gag,
Oh,
You know.
you're fine.
Gag and stuff. Party time.
Oh, look at this. Already. Hello. If that's you, can you light that one up again for us? Let us know you're here.
Sorry if I got too close to you.
Thank you. Awesome. Can you use that as a response for yes/no questions? If the answer is yes, can you light up that ball? Light it up again if you understand. And you want to talk to us. Maybe you don't want to talk. I don't know.
Maybe it's like kind of ball.
If you're here with us and you want to talk, light it up again. No? You walk quite.
I started walking towards it, but I don't know if I hit the board yet or not.
It usually takes quite a bit more.
Yeah.
You would have to,
Yeah.
like this one right there, if you stomp on it, will make it go off.
bridge shakes.
So now, yeah. I
Yeah.
just want to test it because sometimes
Yeah.
if you don't set them just right. Oh, that's nice.
So it takes it a little bit to go.
It's like it calibrates like LiDAR.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And thermal. So when you walk in front of it, it actually gives you a shape too. Now it's ready.
So now it's calibrated to the
Yep.
distance. So, then
So
if
now,
anything breaks the,
if you walk in front of it,
it will show you that there's something in the proximity.
anything?
No, oh, there it is. Now there's a red dot. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. I can see it on the screen. So that's what I was thinking, but I didn't. I thought it was going to be doing it like with just like the. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's cool.
It's kind of like
Oh, I
an
really like
SLS.
this.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the range on it?
They said about 15 feet. So if that ball keeps going off,
Let's see out here. Is it picking me up here?
nope.
No. How about here? I'll move the ball a little closer.
There it is.
Right here?
Yep, I got you on there now.
Alright. Move the ball back just a little bit. I'd like to put them in the middle of the bridge, but what happens is people walking through, like you get people that like visitors will come through and they'll kick them.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody, I put my REM pod up on a.
Yep,
on
it
a
picked you up
tri-
as
on
it
a
came off.
tripod because somebody always gets. It's not a party until someone gets my REM pod.
Yeah. Oh, it's going off again.
Hello. Man, I just moved it. Hey, if you're there, can you do that again for me, please? Yeah, I got some.
Oh.
It's showing up. Look at that. Yeah, it is. Look at that.
Wow.
Sweet. We can see you there. We can see you. Oh, that was awesome. I don't think it likes that we saw it.
No.
It's not used to that.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. It showed up on the grid. That's the same spot it showed up for last time for a second.
Wow. That's like something right in front of the camera.
It's like filling up everything. Oh, man, I gotta film this because I want to show Grayson this because I think I want one of these. It's like, it's going back the way it came, exactly the spot that it started at.
Probably doesn't like me. Things don't like me.
Are you shooting full spectrum there with that camera?
These are full spectrum, yep.
Okay, yeah. I just got a little. Okay, now there's somebody down there. They're right on, sitting on the edge of the bridge now.
Yep.
I see them. I didn't see them before. I was gonna say I was looking through the camera and I saw a little. That was freaking cool.
It's like waving its hand or something in front of it, or just walking right in front of it.
I want to see like what it looks like if I can make it look like that when I'm walking in front of it.
Sure.
Like how. So like right here. Like how? Okay, so because it started here in this corner,
Yep.
right? So where does it have to be?
Lower. You're looking at way down past the REM pod there, maybe. You're blocking out the wrong part of it. Down lower. There you go. Yep.
So it started like right in here. So it was this close
It,
to us.
yeah.
And then it was coming like further out, right? So,
You're not even doing what it was doing because the bottom is green.
yeah. How does that work?
It's bigger than you. It was walking right in front.
So it would,
I mean, your hand can't even block that out.
oh, that's so weird. So it was literally. So I'm thinking it was out there in space.
No,
but
no, it
actually,
was right there, yeah.
here. But it was
Between
free
that
floating.
and the REM pod,
But
yeah.
it was floating. It wasn't like it was here, like in space.
Well, not necessarily. If it was out farther, like if I walk out here,
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how this.
no?
Now you're there. Now it's
On
showing.
dot
me.
on the top.
I think it must. I think the lidar might take a little while to.
Take effect.
Yeah, to like register, to calibrate to you being in the field.
It's still just a little dot.
Yeah, you just do that.
Let me make myself bigger.
Just a dot, now you're just gone. Just a dot.
But now it's green, so that's different.
It's proximity.
Yeah.
The green is proximity to how close you are.
Oh, I'm kind of fascinated with this thing. That's cool. That's a cool piece of kit. I like it.
What was that?
Did you guys hear that? Did anybody make
When
that noise?
When you were just talking about it, that was you? That cigarette we put up there turned.
Did it?
Yeah. Right, I mean, the very second you said that, that cigarette turned.
Did anybody just make a shushing sound?
Yeah, like,
I thought
shh.
you guys were doing it.
Oh, I said shh because.
Oh, you did? You did?
Oh,
make-
it was over there. I heard it over there.
Shushing sound. I heard. Yeah,
Want me to tell him what happened?
I fired up my.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and.
See if, yeah.
Okay, when I first walked through the beginning of the bridge,
Mhm.
I just walked through here. It said, "I near," and a tree broke over here. 3 cracks, and
Yeah.
it fell in the water.
Okay. You're what? You're on this bridge? Oh, where he went. You're near? Who are you? What are you? Can you answer that? No? You were on the edge? You're not over here? It's a very lumpy bridge. That's not good. Did you do that?
Yeah,
It's
that's
still on
awesome.
water.
That,
And I'm like,
oh, this is
"Yep,
earlier
you're
today?
near."
Today, yep.
Okay.
So, and there was a guy out here fishing. He's like,
Okay.
"What's going on?"
You want to hear a crazy story? So, the branches breaking thing, that's happened to me.
Okay.
At the Eisenhower Bridge, the next location we're going to, like one of the phenomenon that's happens down there a lot is these loud bangs and knocks on the bridge. Like sometimes, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Like one night I had a group out there I was guiding, and we were getting really good activity. It was knocking on the bridge really loud, and I was like, awesome. I was like, thank you so much. I was like, can you do that again? and a tree branch. Like, and I'm not talking like a branch.
No,
I mean
this
like it
Yep.
went crack and crashed down through the canopy.
Yep.
Like literally on cue. As soon as I said, "Can you make another noise, please?" Crack.
Yeah, it's
So-
right.
Yeah, it was right over there.
Yeah,
I'll show you,
I
it's
believe it.
right-
I absolutely believe it because I've had that happen to me.
Oh, sorry.
It's bizarre, like some of the activity that you catch here.
It was right.
That
Further.
tree right
It's
there,
further,
that
right
big
there.
mark. Oh, yeah, look
Right
at that.
there.
Holy
It fell
cow,
out
that's
of
a
that
big
tree,
one.
yeah.
Yep.
It's a lot bigger than what it looks right there, the
And it
branch
happened-
or the
it
thing of
happened, like, on
itself.
cue like that. That's
And
Yep.
it hung there.
She
and
said,
then
"Where are you?" or something like that, and
Yeah.
it fell right in the water
I
there.
said, oh, you're here, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 o'clock. We're here till 11.
Yeah.
Okay. If we want to do the Estes, I can set that up and we can do that for like a half hour.
Cool.
I'm gonna go get a different audio recorder. I don't know why this one is not working. Look at that.
Humidity. Whoop.
Nope. Ooh, hi. Are you making my equipment not work?
You don't like that stuff, or you like to dance in front of the lights?
Can you make the little red light on the floor light up? Can you walk over to it? It makes noise if you do. Let us know that you're here. It's totally different than if a person walked in front of it.
Maybe it's yummy.
Wonder if it's shadow.
It'll be you.
What, you mean ours?
Yeah, like spread out once.
No, because we've been standing there the whole time, right?
True.
Still,
Okay, so the shadow ain't doing it because we're casting shadow into the grid. So
This is what's interesting to me, where you've got all these multiple points now that are going off in there.
it's like there's two of them. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So if you guys are out there, if you're out there in front of us right now, can you try to light up one of those balls? You had lit it up earlier. We just want to talk with you. We need to know you're here. That's so weird. It is like there's two. There's like one over here and one here, and they're like flitting back and forth.
I'm gonna move it just a little bit over and see if I can pull that one in farther.
Yeah. Now there's another group that comes out here. It's a husband and wife team, and they have an SLS, and they set up the SLS here like all the time, and they've showed me on the SLS like they hang. Sometimes they'll see like figures like hanging on the side of the bridge, like and like up in the rafters too. Like I said, I've seen like the weird flashes of light or balls of light up there. So.
Let's see what we get.
I'm pretty excited about what happened here tonight.
Yeah?
This thing, that's like, because we were getting.
Came.
you didn't give me, I didn't watch to see if when he did thumbs up.
I just heard.
Here.
Yeah, that was you?
Hiya.
I thought I just
Hi.
heard footsteps out here. On gravel. Was that you?
No.
No, it wasn't you? Okay.
Are you on the bridge?
Injured? Don't be something.
Did you come here to use the hospital?
Sure. Behind you.
I just heard something back there.
Yeah.
Like a-
For some reason, they call us.
Everybody probably tries to talk to you.
Once.
Are you here on the bridge with us right now?
I do.
Okay, so you're here. Are you standing over there in the red light?
Gorgeous.
It's pretty, right? I get that.
Must be a lot of you.
There's coming, yeah.
There's more coming? How many?
October.
October's definitely coming.
Soon, yeah.
There'll be a lot of people coming here, that's for sure.
Tonight.
Well, we're not going to be here too much longer.
The grid is totally full.
So if you have a message that you want to give to us, anything you want to say, it's a good idea to do it now. Anything?
Come on. Hi.
Hi. Where do you want to go? Are you just welcoming more people?
Sprinkle.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like a horse scream.
Yeah.
I don't think
Leave us.
there's cows over there, but I don't think there's horses.
That sounded like a horse.
That was absolutely
A little bit.
Did you hear the
Did you
horse?
hear it?
We're right under us.
Are you watching videos or anything down there?
No, that's where it's coming up with the words.
28%. We're here. I like you, bitches.
Well,
Happy.
He left, so now you gotta talk to me.
What?
He walked away, so now you're talking to me.
Probably think so.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
I think so. I think there's a lot of you talking to me.
Sounds like there's crops.
Never mind.
Sounds like what?
Like they're talking to each
Yeah,
other through him.
yeah. It does that a lot.
She heard the horse,
William.
which is strange.
Broken.
Is your name
Put it
William?
back together.
What's broken?
The bridge, maybe?
That was in '97. It was broken and put back together. It took 2 years. It's washed off its foundations.
What does it take? Recording.
Can you show yourself on the recording? There's a camera over there. You can take your picture.
Pay attention.
I am paying attention, listening too.
You're just as good. I can't. Look up.
At what?
I'm looking up.
Oh, the camera died.
Your camera died?
Yep.
Dangerous. Behind you.
Don't have a camera.
It's dangerous behind us.
No, it's still on.
Don't look.
Well, of course I have to look.
Stuff.
How can I not?
Alrighty.
You made me look.
I turned it.
Gretchen. April.
Just throwing out women's names now.
Hey, lady.
Yeah, I'm fixing the camera. You broke it. Did you do that to my camera? And if you
Cha.
Chaw.
Camera.
Yeah. It's working again. I hope.
The audio.
Probably not. The audio recorder doesn't work either. Did you do that?
Predecessors.
They did it? Blame it on somebody else, right?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Getting dizzy.
You are leaving?
Said I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah,
well,
I'm sure you were. That was quite a long session, honestly.
I like.
they're gone anyway. No. Yeah.
Oh.
That thing was lit up, and it.
The whole
I
thing
mean,
red.
You were just like spitting out like crazy stuff, like nonstop. When that thing was all lit up, like there was something like standing like right up on it, and then every time that like the lights would disappear from the grid, you'd stop talking. Like it was like there was a correlation between the intensity of what you were hearing with that thing, which was kind of interesting. You saw it too. You noticed it.
Yeah.
Like when it would go away, he would stop talking, and then it would come back, and you'd start spitting out like crazy nonsense words again.
Like you were talking to it yourself. Like
Yeah,
Was I?
like you weren't very little responding to what we were saying. It was just like you were just jabbering away. Like it's almost like they were talking to each other and not us.
Yeah. And then there was the horse.
Yeah. Then we heard a horse with our ears.
Yeah. And she heard it too.
I think we can probably pack up and head to the next one.
Come in. So this wasn't here during the Battle of Gettysburg, is basically what that means. It's called the Eisenhower Bridge because right across the street is the Eisenhower Farm. Okay, locally though, this place has another reputation called Suicide Bridge. The urban legend says that like tons of people have committed suicides out here. I mean, depending on who you talk to, it's anywhere from like a dozen people. I've actually heard tour guides come out here. I kind of laughed the other night because I had a group out here, and after I gave them my spiel, like there was another guy that brought his people out here, and he's like, there have been 5 confirmed suicides on this bridge. You know, which is complete BS. Okay, there are no confirmed suicides on this bridge. Okay, it's urban legend. It's rumor and speculation. There are, however, deaths associated with the bridge. Okay, the first death was actually a horse. This was in the early 1900s. There was a carriage wagon accident over on that side of the bridge. Horse was badly injured. They euthanized the horse right over there, slit its throat. The next recorded death occurs in the 1980s. Guy lost control of his car back when this was a vehicular traffic road. Pulled on the bridge, lost control, crashes through the side of the bridge, down into the water and dies. Okay, then 2016, body found about 25 yards that way on the opposite side of the bridge up the road. A young male died of an apparent drug overdose. So regardless of whether there's suicides here, like I said, there are deaths associated with the bridge, and activity is crazy.
After all the activity at the Sock Bridge, the Eisenhower Bridge was pretty quiet. We all know paranormal activity isn't a light switch you can turn on and off, and it just seemed like no one wanted to talk to us here. So we packed up and headed to our last location.
So I want to orient you as to where we are on the battlefield now, because we're now standing on battlefield. Men fought and died right where we're at. So when the Battle of Gettysburg begins on the first day of July, it starts in that direction. You see how the ground, like, we're standing kind of like at the foot of the hill right now. It kind of goes down into this little valley, and then it starts rising up that way again. So up there, this way, about half a mile is Seminary Ridge, and that's where the battle takes place on the first day. Till about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, at which time Confederate forces overrun the Union Army. The Union Army is forced into a retreat, okay? And they retreat through the town of Gettysburg. And during the retreat through the town of Gettysburg, there's literally house to house and street to street fighting through Gettysburg. And I mean literally house to house. Like, there's instances, there's a place down here called the John Rupp House right at the end, across the other side of Baltimore Street, but on where Locust ends. John Rupp and his family were hiding in the basement of their house. And when the fighting reached this part of town, he had Confederate soldiers occupying the rooms in the back of his house and the back porch, and Union soldiers occupying the front rooms and the front porch of his house, and they were shooting at each other through his house while him and his wife and his kids are hiding down in the basement. Yeah, it's nuts. What happened here is just crazy. So then where the Union Army is retreating to is they're retreating to this high ground on the south side of town. Right here, this is Cemetery Hill, right behind us here. Highest point on the battlefield. And then out this way is Culp's Hill. Okay, and this is the far right flank of the Union positions. And if you take the battlefield tours, you'll the famous fishhook formation of the Union Army here, right? The point of the hook is Culp's Hill. The curve of the hook, the roundest curve of the hook, curves around Cemetery Hill, which is right here, and then that shank of the hook goes to the southwest, back the way we just came along the Emmitsburg Road, but on the south side of the Emmitsburg Road, so like up on what they call Cemetery Ridge. So it's like this, and then out that way. So on the night of July the 2nd, the morning of July 2nd, all the fighting takes place where we just came from, down there, like Devil's Den, the wheat field, the peach orchard, Big and Little Round Top, right? It's pretty quiet up here. The sharpshooters are shooting at each other all the time up here. It's like almost continuous, but it's just like, you know, it's not like, you know, assaults. But late afternoon into the early evening, Confederate Forces Ewell's division up here on High Street, you can see that's that like hill, and with all the lights over there, that's where the main Confederate column was here. They launch an assault on Culp's Hill over here and Cemetery Hill here. By the time the troops get over there and start actually engaging the enemy, it's almost dark. But when things really start getting going, it's like full on dark. Guys are out here fighting at night in the dark. They couldn't tell who was who, what was what was going on. There's friendly fire. It's just absolute total chaos. And the Confederates, they take horrible, horrible losses back here. And then they end up retreating, and there's like, they said that you could hear like guys just like laying out here, like in the dark all night long, just like moaning and crying and begging for help and praying. And it's like this, they said it was like the sound, you know, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men just laying out here abandoned in no man's land between the lines. Horrible. We believe that there's probably one, possibly two Confederate mass graves back here in the grave where we're going to investigate. Because of the amount of Confederate losses that took place back here, and only one mass grave has ever been found. And there was only 16 guys in it. Where that mass grave was is right there. The high school football field. When they were excavating and leveling out our football field in the 1960s, right around midfield on the home side bleachers, right there where the home field bleachers are, they hit a mass grave. 16 Confederate soldiers from Louisiana. They had to stop construction, bring in an archaeological team. They did a full excavation. They cataloged all the bones, boxed them up, shipped them back to Louisiana. They identified them as Louisiana tigers from their belt buckles, which tracks with this area. This from here, like this track that we're on right now, this was actually a road that was here. It was called Brickyard Lane. We know that the Louisiana tigers were moving right through this area and fighting on East Cemetery Hill. So yeah, they boxed those guys back up, sent them home to Louisiana, where they were finally buried in a consecrated mass grave. Yeah. Well, we believe that there's more of them back here, because we know that there's a lot more dead that have never been recovered. So right here is where the battle for East Cemetery Hill kicks off. These were guys from Ohio, the 25th and 75th Ohio regiments, right here. They are positioned along these stone walls right here on the corner, on the base of the hill. So the Confederate soldiers, they're coming this way across the field. Once they get into this little strip of trees we call the grove, some of them wheel out that way towards Culp's Hill, and another large portion of them wheel around this way through these trees and assault these Union positions that are, you can see where the monuments are out there. Like, those are where the Union positions were. They were positioned on the hillside of this road. And that's East Cemetery Hill. Highest point on the battlefield is where the Union Army had all of its, had 30 pieces of artillery up on this hill. And from up here, they're raining artillery down on Confederate forces all over the battlefield. This is the keystone of the Union lines. And the battle that took place here on the night of July the 2nd was particularly horrific. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to read up on like what it was like from the guys' journals and letters and stuff, it's pretty horrible what happened up here. In here, people will see shadow people moving back and forth between the trees. Again, there's like little, like LED sized, like little pinpricks of light moving through the trees. You'll hear footsteps, voices, whispers, whistles. I hear whistles a lot in here, which is really, they actually heard whistling here on, today's Monday, so it's Saturday night. Saturday night, they heard whistles here. This area right back here, this clearing, that's where they believe could be the site of one of the mass graves. Yeah, it's a pretty awesome place. Apparitions are seen quite frequently up on the hilltop up here, Cemetery Hill.
We saw the park police or whatever they are come and take rocks away from a lady.
You took what away from her?
Rocks.
Oh, she picked up rocks?
She took some rocks.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, I'll just take those and don't do this because we have 10,000 visitors here.
Yeah, and if everybody picks
everybody
up a rock.
took a rock.
Yeah. Yep.
So he just goes, I'll just take those. It's okay. You're fine. Just go. She's like, okay. It was an older couple.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the funny thing is that people end up mailing those rocks back.
Yeah.
Because bad stuff starts happening.
Mm-hmm.
You get weird stuff happening in their houses when they bring rocks from Gettysburg back. All right, is there any Confederate soldiers out here? Is there anybody who's injured? Do you need aid or assistance? Come talk to us. Walk towards the sound of my voice. If we can help you, we will help you. If you need help. If you have a message you want to give to somebody, you can pass that message along to us. We'll do our best to try to get it to whoever it needs to get to. Or if you just want to have a smoke, you want to have a drink, I've got tobacco, I've got whiskey, I'm happy to share. But you've got to make yourself known to us. You got to let us know that you're here. I'm not just going to pour whiskey unless I know you're here with us, okay? So come talk to us. Any guys from Ohio? Got a little whiskey here. Come get yourself a drink. If you light up those lights, I'll pour one for you. Look, right behind you. There we go. Is that a yes? You want some whiskey? Yeah? Okay. You got it. Asking, you shall receive, brother. I'll pour. Here you go. Thank you. Shall I pour it right there? I'll pour it right there for you. Here, I'll pour it right there. Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm like, here you go. There's some whiskey. Enjoy, my friend. I'll leave the bottle. How about that? Lit it up like right while I was standing there. Awesome, thank you. Do you mind talking to us for a little while?
Drink it.
Answer some questions? I'll keep pouring drinks if you like, if you talk to us. If you'd like to talk to us and keep having whiskey, light it up again, let us know. That never gets old. You still here? All right, cool. Awesome. Glad to know you're still with us. Do you feel like talking? Would love to talk with you. Yeah, you feel like talking? Great. Are you a soldier? If you're a soldier, light up the light so we know that's yes, you're a soldier. So you're not a soldier? You're a civilian? You still there? I'd say that's pretty typical. Like I'll get like direct response like that for like a short period of time, like 2, maybe 3 minutes, and then it just like abruptly ends. Like I've some rare occasions I've had it go on for 5 minutes or more. It's pretty rare. Usually this is like that was pretty good. Like that was direct response.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. That gives my heart pump. Like I've done this like so many times, and still like gets me every time. I'm like, heart just going. Love it. Oh, you're back. Do you think maybe you could light?
I think it wants another drink. Or it's got friends.
Did you bring your friends?
He's like, who are you? There's another voice.
Is it just you?
Shall I pour you another drink? Oh, back here, guys. Look, over here. So you moved on us, or are you someone new? No, those are in a sealed box.
Yep.
That's where I had the whiskey bottle. I had it sitting on top of that box. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Both of them
Oh my gosh,
at
now
the
they're both
same
going.
time. They both started because I looked at that one, looked at them, and
That's
they both went
awesome.
off at the same time.
So how many of there are you?
Confederate versus Union.
If there's more than one, light up the balls inside the box. Okay, there's more than one. Great. If there's more than 5, light up the balls inside. Okay, there's more than 5.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Are you
You
still
taking the
here
time to
back
talk
here?
to us.
Are you still here? Where'd you move to?
You're still here with us?
Here, let me pour you a drink. I appreciate it. You coming out and talking to us tonight. It means a lot. I'm happy to share my whiskey with friends. Here, I'm going to pour a little whiskey out for you, okay? Yeah. I'll pour a little out and I'll leave the bottle right here. How's that? Does that sound good?
How's that make you feel?
There you go. There's a little whiskey for you. I'll pour a little more. There you go. I'll leave the bottle right here. Thank you. Do you think you could show yourself on camera for us? Smile for a picture? My friends would like to get your picture. Awesome, thank you.
Unholy. Finish.
Can we figure out what side you were on?
Wasn't a soldier.
If you were a Confederate, can you light up those balls in the box? If you were a Union,
Okay.
Union? If you were a Union, can you light them up one more time so we know?
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Were you from Ohio? I know the 25th and the 75th fought right near here. Yes?
Can you tell us your name? Okay, just tell us. You can speak through the box here. Since I got
Are you running a
unholy and
recorder?
finished.
There's an audio recorder over there,
There you go.
and then these all have audio.
Okay, try to say your name really loud, like as loud as you possibly can. We have some devices here that can probably record your voice. We really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Thank you so much. Are there any other, do you have any other friends here from Ohio with you? Soldiers that were here? Yes?
There was a lot of people from Wisconsin that died here.
Yeah.
Do you know where those were? Like, do you know where you?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah. Sorry.
The guys from Wisconsin, like they were more down on the southern edge of the battlefield.
Okay.
The guys positioned in this area were mainly from New York, Massachusetts, and Ohio. I think, man, there might have been some. There
So
might have
probably
been some
not in this
Wisconsin
area?
guys over. There might have been some Wisconsin people over on Culp's Hill.
Do you know any of the soldiers from Wisconsin? We're from Wisconsin. I was hearing people talking back
You thought you heard people talking?
over a little while ago.
I thought I heard people talking out that way a little while ago.
Like girls?
It sounded female, yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were back there, but no. Did they have females in the war?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I mean they weren't soldiers, but you gotta remember, like we said, these armies were 95,000 men, right? So you have like women that are traveling. Women are traveling with their husbands. They're cooking food. They're doing laundry. You know, yeah, there were women traveling with the armies. They weren't usually, and then of course, you know, you had nurses assisting with surgeries and medical stuff. So yeah, there were women here.
I'm going to move the audio recorder over there closer to you. If you want to keep playing with those lights, maybe you can talk to us too on the audio. Okay? Can you light up the lights so I know where they are? Thank you. I'm going to put this audio recorder right here. You can talk into it, and hopefully we'll be able to hear your voice on it. Thank you.
This is without a doubt one of the longest interactions I've had in this location.
Thank you for communicating.
Yeah, it really means a lot to us that you take the time to talk to us. I really appreciate it so very much. I know it's not easy for you to do.
Another thing is you know, you bring these ghost bells out here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They're not used to all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to work it, you know?
Yeah.
We usually find that different devices work at different locations.
Absolutely. I've noticed
Yep.
the same thing too. A lot of times I demonstrate to them how stuff works.
Yep, we do too.
that sometimes will help. Yeah.
Yeah?
You agree, huh? That helps if we show you how to interact with our stuff.
It does. Okay. Over here.
Here, watch him. He's going to show you how to do it.
Over here is a device right in front of me here on the ground. If you come near it, you can make the different lights light up. You just have to get close to the wire sticking out of the top. Can you come over and do that for me?
If you can do that, I'll pour some more whiskey. Yeah, over there where the whiskey bottle is. Exactly. I'll pour some. If you can make the lights light up on this device over here.
There was just a tick out in the woods out there. Was that you? I heard hi up over here.
Like disembodied?
Yep. Or a girl's voice up over in there. And I am freezing cold on my back.
Well, you know what your back's to, right?
Yeah.
That area that I believe what I was just talking about.
I'm also in a lowland though too, so a little bit lower.
Little blue light in the top corner of the grid.
Yeah?
It just flashed once.
In the top left?
Yep.
That's over by me. Yeah.
It just flashed on and off.
Can you
Oh,
come
there
a little,
it is. There it is.
Can you come a little closer?
Behind you.
Oh,
You're
hi,
closer.
there you are.
Can you come around in front of us? Come over into the grid. Look, somebody else is here. Well, now they're not. Come on back.
Thought I saw a shadow down there, but
Did you? Up that way?
yeah. Kind of where it just starts getting light up there.
Mm-hmm.
It was way up by that, by kind of like the tree that comes across.
Yeah. We can walk up there. Hey, we're gonna walk up this way.
Oh, there you are. You're kind of cold. There you are. How are you? I can see you a little bit. You're very cold, though. There you are. That's kind of cool. I like those lights. Yeah. You're doing some fancy stuff there. Making these lights light. That's good. Were you the same one that was here before? Light the colored ones again? Or are you a new person? Now you're going to go away because somebody's coming back. There you are. Come on back. You can make the colored lights on the balls go too. There was more than that a little while ago. And the ball. There we go.
There we go. Awesome. Oh, behind the shoes. Look. Oh, yeah?
Are you guys new? Or are you back?
Did you go for a walk with us?
Oh, they were in the grid. There was a lot more of that in the grid. And then they were doing both the ball. Yeah,
We
like
walked up
that.
to the lane.
That's pretty cool. I like the blue lights. 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hear the church bells?
Come a little closer. Make the lights, more of the lights light. The little blue ones. You did it before. There was all kinds of them. Before they came back.
You ruined it.
Yeah.
The boys ruined it.
I walked over there and I said, go ahead and play with the stuff. And then I could see the little blue lights coming on. Okay. Just wanted us a little further
Hi.
away. There you go.
Come on in. Come in a little bit closer.
There you go.
There you go.
You're all right.
Bring some friends.
There you go. It's okay. Come on in.
Come over and get that whiskey.
Because this was like, without a doubt, this is the longest sustained interaction I've had here in this location. I mean, that was almost an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Longer than an hour, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because we came here a little bit early.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to shoot some flashes off in this direction.
Okay.
Or not.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounded like a gunfire.
Yeah, it did.
Now at home, that wouldn't be a big deal.
Well,
My neighborhood, yeah, it's not a big deal.
well, we do hear. I mean, you know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people here have guns and. we hunt
Mine's
and
usually
stuff,
followed
but-
by sirens.
But usually it's not at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Monday.
Yeah.
People aren't out shooting their guns.
Yeah.
They're not sighting in for deer season.
What if the flash of the camera is confused for like gunfire?
Explosion.
Like,
Oh yeah, like a muzzle flash. Ah.
so
you
they're
know what?
trying to fire back at me.
I never thought about that, but that would make sense because they actually talk about that. If you read the stories about the battle out here for Culp's Hill and Cemetery Hill, that once it got dark, that's how they couldn't see. They were actually just shooting at muzzle flashes.
Mm-hmm. So they're shooting back at me.
Oh, weird. Oh, weird. I never thought about that. Ah, you know what? That's giving me ideas there for like, triggering.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just hear that? It was like thunder, but
There's no thunder.
Yeah, I know.
You
It
heard
was-
artillery.
yeah, it was like cannon or
Yeah.
something. Just a,
Benner's Hill, which would have been Confederate artillery, is about a mile away in that direction. Well, from where we're standing now, 'cause it's a mile from East Cemetery Hill, so Benner's Hill would be about 3/4 of a mile away. But Culp's Hill is out
there you
here,
go. Come on back.
and I've heard gunfire
Now you're
out
getting a
there
little
in here
closer.
before. Actually, right around this time too, but right around 2:30.
Do you know about like what time they think the battle was here?
Yeah, well, it started just before dark. So in July, that would have been right around, because it would have been dark around 9 o'clock. So it would have been, they started with artillery late afternoon. And when the artillery finished, they launched the assault. So it would have been about 8 o'clock, between 8 and 9 o'clock. And it was full on dark by the time it got really cooking.
Could have been
There you go.
atmospheric, but there was just a white mist that came between us.
Really?
Did you notice that?
No, I was looking over here.
Oh, it looked like just like white mist.
There you are.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
drank all the whiskey.
And it's showing up on here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it moved a little closer, so it's like coming over to the ball. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. Come on back.
It's like the more I flash, the more stuff like picked up again. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know, if I was out here, you know, trying to sleep or, you know, whatever, and there was like flashes of light, I'd get worried somebody was shooting at me, you know?
Yeah, makes sense. Well, guys, we're going to be leaving shortly.
Thank you for communicating.
This was really, really, truly amazing that you guys came out here like this tonight. I appreciate it so very much.
Thank you. We made our way back to the vehicles and back to our hotel. What a truly amazing place. Not just for the amount of paranormal evidence and interaction, but the entire area has so much history and so much energy. There is so much more evidence and investigating that we couldn't even fit into this episode. If you ever get a chance to visit Gettysburg for yourself, I would definitely recommend it. But for us, the road trip has to roll on.